All right, Victorum Gaming fans and Judge Dredd fans, we are back and we are continuing on in our little series here reviewing the starter scenarios for the game. So this is scenario 2 called Half Eagle Day. So the forces that they recommend for this, and again, this is all starter box stuff here. So we have what they call Judge Ramirez and Harris, so the two judges from the box, basically. They just gave them names. One is the senior street judge with his lawgiver Mark II, day stick and boot knife, and then the same equipment basically, but a rookie judge, Judge Harris here. And then for the gangers, in comparison to scenario 1, where you just have 3 with the potential of another guy coming in, here you have actually 3 gang heavies and 2 punks. So you got a combat rifle, auto stump, and 2 pistols loadout, then a spit pistol, and then a sawn-off stump gun loadout for the gangers, and there's the lovely cast there. All right, let's take a look at the setup. So the great day had finally arrived for rookie Judge Harris. Today she undergoes her final street assessment. 15 years of intense training has brought her to this moment. The next 24 hours would decide her future for better or worse. Unfortunately for Harris, Nick Diceman Yeltsin, a lieutenant of the High Rollers gang, has his own plans. Stung by the recent arrest of one of his Ziz pushing teams, Yeltsin needed to send a message to both the judges and any watching citizens that the High Rollers are a force to be respected and not to be messed with. A low-ranking squealer in the Justice Department had informed him that a baby judge would be on patrol today. Pulling together some of his best heavies, he prepared an ambush for his unsuspecting target. However, the Dice Man was unaware of 2 essential facts. First, that today Harris would be accompanied by a senior street judge, Judge Ramirez, for her assessment, and second, that Ramirez was one of the toughest lawmen patrolling the streets of Sector 43, so the encounter itself. The table must include a crossroads with streets 12 to 18 inches wide, running across the table from each side and to the other. The streets should be open and clear of any buildings, but still could include barriers, fast food stands, benches, other seating areas, trash compactors, parked vehicles, etc. The areas in the 4 corner stations should have buildings with vantage points overlooking the crossroads. Deploy the models. So, the Justice Department deploys Ramirez and Harris within 6 of the center of the table, and then the High Rollers player deploys 3 of their models anywhere that's more than 9 inches from a judge. So, and basically taking a look at it there. So you got that right in the middle there for the judges, and then basically the gangers would be 9 inches from them. So, and then the way the rest of this works here, so backup. The remaining High Rollers are nearby and ready to strike after the ambush is sprung, so include the action chips for all of the ambushing models in the bag. When a model that isn't on the table is activated, it must make a move action to move on from any table edge as its first action before choosing its second. Double-sided or a double action may not be chosen when they come on the board, basically. Leaving the table. So the ambushed judges can leave the table if they move across the table edge by any means, and High Rollers models that leave the table for any reasons can return using the backup rules. The game length. So the game continues until both judges have left the tabletop or been either incapacitated or subdued. So key thing there, basically your job in comparison to the first one where the gangers or the punks are basically trying to get off the table, here's the judges trying to escape, essentially. So it's a reversal of that, although several more gang members because you have the 2 judges. The High Rollers player can claim victory if both judges are incapacitated or subdued. The Justice Department player can claim victory if they prevent this. So basically, it will either result in them getting off the table or subdued, essentially. So, and the way it reads here is basically, it seems like, both are required. So if one judge makes it off the table and the other subdued, you technically still win, even though that would suck for the judge that doesn't make it, I guess. So, and then it gives you some suggested armory and big med cards. So for the Justice Department, they get High X, Seeker, and a med pack. And their big med cards are Sixth Sense, Hell of a Shot, and Rapid Fire. And then on the High Roller side, we got Concealed Culinary Laser, Stims, and Incendiary. And then their big med cards are Go, 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 and looks like there's a little typo there, The Luck of Jovis, and Crazy. Special rules as well for the scenario. So before the game starts, the High Rollers player makes a cool test for each of their deployed models. Any that pass the test begin the scenario in Overwatch, which is pretty nasty. So definitely some rough going for the judges there. So, and considering you start with 3, I mean, you got several approaches for the gangers here. So, you want to kind of prevent the judges from getting off the table, of course, so you might try to sort of spread your initial guys out, but doing that, of course, one-on-one, none of the gangers really will stand up to the judges for long, so that could provide a quick avenue of escape for the judges. But on the other hand, if you kind of concentrate and come at them from one side, obviously the judges are probably going to try and move away from that, of course, that's where you'd probably want to bring in your off the board assets. But so just a little bit of thought to go into the strategy there for the gang members, how you want to deal with the judges and keep them from escaping the board. The judges, splitting up is certainly an option, but with the rookie there, they will probably be a little bit easier pickings for the gangers than the street judge here, senior street judge. So probably best to keep them together, although they could probably spread out a little bit if there is an opening. And again, they really just have to get off the board. And as long as one of them gets off the board, the gang members really technically can't win. So something to keep in mind there, but a pretty fun scenario. And overall, a nice little expansion from the first one as you play these starter games essentially. And so introducing the second judge. So seeing the difference between a rookie and a veteran or a senior judge in this case, and then some more gangers with more guns and stuff like that. So it just gradually ramps up the complexity of the game, which is really nice to see and kind of still holds your hand at the same time too. So overall, fun little scenario and a great progression from the first one there, which was Sugar Rush. So again, this is Scenario 2, Half Eagle Day. Hope you guys enjoyed our little tour of that. And if you could, drop us a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and then stay tuned as we continue our Judge Dredd coverage.